Chapter 6 Raising Charlie. Mrs. Bunny and the whole kingdom she reigned over quickly became quite attached to little Charlie. He was a little rascal and scampered all around, exploring everything. Mrs. Bunny couldn't really keep up with him, but she tried. He was quick and very mischievous. Quite often she felt tired and took several naps each day. Charlie quickly learned that he could get in the most trouble and have the most fun if he tried things when Mom was asleep. He wasn't a bad boy, just very energetic. One day he played with his breakfast and made an oatmeal face. He liked it so much he absolutely refused to eat it. "I can't eat Mr. Oatmeal Face," he sobbed. "What do you think I am, a cannibal?" Mrs. Bunny tried reasoning with him. She tried pleading with him. He just would not eat Mr. Oatmeal Face. So finally, she gave up and made him his favorite meal. It was a picnic lunch basket filled to the brim with yummy alfalfa. She loved it too, so they both enjoyed a little picnic together and had apples for dessert. Yum yum! They ate everything, even the apple cores. Such a fun day. Another time, they were playing hide and seek, and he jumped into the shed and she looked everywhere for him. She got worried and called his name. "Charlie!" He didn't hear her, and she was taking so long to find him, he finally fell asleep. She looked and started to become quite frantic, running around, flustered, making small sounds of distress. When she finally found him, boy, was he in trouble. She put him in timeout, and he really didn't think he deserved it. "Why do I have to be punished?" he yelled in his squeaky little voice. "It's not my fault you're a terrible seeker. I'm a good hider. That's the point of the game, isn't it?" She really couldn't argue with that. So she let him out of timeout and made him his favorite dinner, which was also her favorite dinner. Yum yum, what a feast! And whoo, what a day! Mrs. Bunny didn't know how much more of all this she could take. Charlie was growing very quickly. He grew and grew and grew. Mrs. Bunny thought to herself, "Well, he will be a teenager soon, and I really won't know what to do with him." He started eating more and trying to act independently. Charlie was almost as big as Mrs. Bunny, but he still wanted to cuddle Mom in between his bouts of naughty behavior. Not only did he grow, but his hair became long and shaggy, and no matter how much she pleaded, he wouldn't allow it to be cut. "You look like a ragamuffin," Mrs. Bunny yelled. He snottily answered, "Well, you look like a ragamuffin's mother. Just leave me alone. I don't tell you how to wear your hair." Charlie thumped off in an angry manner and wouldn't come down for dinner. Mrs. Bunny made some of Charlie's favorite food for supper, but he just refused to come out of his room. "Charlie," she called, "we're having cucumbers, squash, avocados, tomatoes, and blood oranges." "Leave me alone," he sobbed. So Mrs. Bunny ate it all herself. Then Mrs. Bunny felt bloated and disgruntled. When Charlie came out of his room, she was so glad that she took him out for ice cream cones and even let him have 2 scoops. He had watermelon sherbet and pink bubblegum. She had just 1 small scoop. When they got home from the ice cream place, Charlie flopped down sloppily on the floor. "Hey Mom," he said, "can we order a pizza?" "Yes, okay," she said with a little resigned sigh. She loved him so much and knew his time with her was limited. So that's the story of raising Charlie. Mrs. Bunny knew there were so many adventures ahead, and she was pretty sure that Charlie wasn't going to ever be dull. Well, that's what you want in a ruler, she thought to herself. Good night, Charlie. And that is the end of Chapter 6, Raising Charlie. Please come back and see what happens next in Chapter 7.